Starts first down and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, thought about the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. To the end zone, that's hauled in with one hand by McCulley. Touchdown, Indiana.
Hey there. Welcome. Episode 215, Hoosier Happy Hour podcast. This is the game recap of the, I guess it was a game, win over Western Illinois. Final score, your Hoosiers 77, Western Illinois Leathernecks 3. I'm here with my co-host Brandon. We've got the OGs back on the pod. No Seth today. He's got something else better to do, I'm sure. So yeah, Brandon, what's up, man? Let's talk some butt whooping.
Yeah. Overall, great weekend of sports. Ready to talk about a game that was really, really fun. I think Sig put it best. Starters were out at half. A lot of people played. We got to see a lot from a lot of people. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, this game feels like it was forever ago. And it might have to do with like the amount of like betting I did yesterday and then the start of like the official start of the NFL season for both of us today. And I don't know, man, watching Notre Dame lose was just almost as good as watching this win. So yeah, let's get right into it again. If you didn't see this, IU put up a record 77 points in a win over Western Illinois. They put up 3, and they probably shouldn't have done that. That was the one thing that, of course, Coach Sig pointed out during his halftime conference, his little halftime interview before heading into the locker room. Yeah, man, what a fun game. Like, I took a couple buddies that weren't really fans, and I took my dad out there, and we talked about, like, what's the score have to be for them to get me out of the stadium, right? Turns out it was 49-3 was the score, but dude, I thought it would be boring, and that I've seen some blowouts. I've seen a real bad blowout against Indiana State with like Trey Roberson.
It was the first game the Braggs and Dubiches had season tickets for.
There you
go.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
2013.
And,
2013.
Yeah, sounds right. And but that game wasn't nearly as entertaining as this. I mean, it was fun to watch. I mean, it was busted plays, but some of these coverage, they weren't busted coverages on that 78-yard touchdown, or 71-yard touchdown, the 38-yard touchdown.
Blew right past them.
Yeah, just totally out athleted them, and it was pretty awesome. What was it like on TV?
On TV, it probably didn't pop as much as it was there. But it seemed like a track meet. Like it seemed one-way track meet. I wish I was there. I want to say very rarely, but like, when you're at home watching a bullet, like, glad I didn't make the 3-hour drive. I wanted to go. IU football potentially could be fun again, right? I think it was a few seasons ago, make Indiana football fun again. Man, have the first 2 weeks been fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast, and early line for UCLA has got us favored right now. I don't know if that's changed or not, but -1.5 as of this morning.
It's -3 as I'm staring at it right now.
Let's go. We're just climbing. So let's see if we can keep carrying that momentum through this stretch here before it starts getting a little bit tougher. I've got a question. It was a question that was given to me by our buddy Justin, who's actually a Purdue fan, but he went to this with me. How do you two-part question. One, how do you send the team back out after halftime? And two, if you're a Western Illinois coach, and two, how do you get players to play for you?
Yeah, like, you don't. I mean, that's. I don't know if Western Illinois job pays the big bucks, but yeah, I mean, how do you not just roll over? Even though I kind of think they rolled over. I think they rolled over after 28 nothing. I think is
Dude,
when
it was
they mailed it in.
yeah.
But like, if you only take the first quarter away, honestly, that's what I want to talk about, is everything that went on the first 12 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
That's really, there's other things. There's some backup players that I want to talk about, but really those first 12 minutes were insanely impressive, regardless of opponent. Like, how many times? Actually, I'll wait because we got the game.
Yeah, you're good. Let's just get into it. I don't know. We don't have to do a headline again. I just kind of added again to what my last one was, and it's just Coach Sig ain't Tom Allen again.
Tom Allen had a weekend, huh?
Whew, man, Baz almost got him. And if you guys didn't see this, the Connor Bazelak plays for Bowling Green. Bowling Green took Penn State to the wire. 34.5-point favorite, Penn State. Yeah, man, dude, he's just this. It was a totally, you could feel it in the stadium. There was no letting up. They were not going to let up. They were not going to stop throwing the ball, even with the backups in it. He talked about that in his post-game interview, was talking about how he liked how they just continued to throw the football, with the twos and the threes. And I mean, we got our fourth string, what we would consider, I guess, fourth string quarterback in, who looked pretty good in his couple plays he was in. So, yeah, it's a totally different vibe. I feel like Tom Allen has a heart of gold and pulls off that route there a little bit earlier than what Coach did. Do you have one, or do you want to just want to move on to the marketplace? Go stock up, stock down. Yeah, I don't have any stock downs. We can't do stock down.
No,
not in a 77-3. Let's do two stock ups. We'll start on offense. Go ahead. I'll let you start.
So we said this a lot over the last 5+ years, specifically from offensive coordinators, about getting off to good game scripts. So I'm saying Mike Shanahan and the offense that he had roll out. We know he was playing with a limited playbook, right? We know there's limited things that we were going to show, yet the offense came out and looked sharp. I mean, kind of similarly, like you asked, like, how does the Western Illinois players get up for this? I mean, we live in an age, you think the IU players didn't know what the spread was or who they were playing? So my stock up goes to Mike Shanahan and his coaching and his game strategy. It's just, it's so welcome to have a competent offensive coordinator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to go with like probably the truest meaning of what this is. And that's, I'm going to go with Elijah Sarrett. And I mean, it's easy, low hanging fruit, right? But he comes off what would, I guess, be considered a difficult game, maybe, or a game maybe where he wasn't so much featured. And they made it very clear very early on that he was going to be the guy this game, with 6 catches, 137 yards, and a touchdown, including a bomb that I saw from the second he took off. I mean, I stood up and immediately goes, he's got him, and just lays that perfect pass right into his stride. And he looked the part. Again, take competition as you will, but Elijah Sarrett looked very, very good. Looked like a totally different player than he did last week.
Yep. Yeah. 1 second. I gotta look up a stat really quick.
You're fine. I can do my second one if you want.
Yeah, go ahead and do your second one.
I hope I don't steal them, because this is kind of a group. I don't know. I'll just take one. I'll take one. I'll take our guy. Kobe Martin, the true freshman out of Fishers. Yep. Was that one of them for you?
It wasn't.
Oh, okay. The true running back, or the true freshman running back out of Fishers that we have an interview. I wish I had the episode pulled up right now, but he joined Seth for a quick interview a few episodes ago, I think in the winter. He came out and ran for 57 yards on 8 carries. And if you guys aren't great at math, that's 7 yards per carry, which is amazing, right? So in his first big time snaps in college football, 8 carries, 57 yards. He looked really, really good when I saw him. He looks like he fits the part. He does not look like a true freshman out there. Just came out of high school.
No, yeah. I mean, again, I think him and Kalon Black really came on. in the second half and were able to keep it going. It was impressive. I was going to give credit to the offensive line for not giving up a single sack and for what seemed like 5, 6, 7 seconds in the pocket.
If he needed it.
If he needed it. But I got to go Rourke, right? He was the guy that I was looking at after within just an okay Florida International game. He came out and was just ridiculous. Again, the passes he made were frozen ropes. The accuracy was there. The arm was there. I sent a chart out that maybe we'll tweet out. But I mean, he literally graded as like the second or third best quarterback in the entire country. Now, that isn't weighted against opponent, but just in player efficiency, I think he was the second or third best quarterback this weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
in the entire country.
88. Yeah, ridiculous, dude. 88% on 17 passes. We were joking up in the stands, saying that he was gonna break Hudson Card's record the very next week. We're not even gonna let Purdue hold the record entire week, and he was one. He got hit from behind on his 17th pass, I want to say, or maybe his 16th pass, and ended up getting a little bit short on the release and through the incompletion. But we thought for sure he was going to get there. I think he did out yardage him, but I mean, what does it matter? It's just some good banter up there. And I guess we can give a quick shout out to Taven. It looked pretty good when he came in. Made some plays with his feet as well. And 3 for 3 with a big bomb to I think it was Cooper. Cooper was playing a little bit later in the game. So yeah, I mean, just everybody looked very, very good. Let's go to defense.
Cool. You go first on this one, then I'll go. I'll sneak around.
I'm gonna do a quick shout out. I saw him come in the third quarter, first drive, third quarter. Maybe it was in the second quarter, but my boy got some playing time. Terry Jones got in.
He was all
looks
over
good again. He was all over the place. 5 tackles. He was tied for second on the team in tackles overall. Just looks. I don't know, man. Again, you got to take the opponent into consideration here, but yeah, I'm gonna go Terry Jones. There's 1,000 we could pick from, especially with all the sacks and everything. But I'm gonna go Terry Jones because I love seeing him out there.
Yeah, I'm going to take 2 from the defensive line. In the preview pod, I said I wanted to see Linnell Carr build up 2 games together. In the preview pod, I said Linnell Carr, one game, it seemed like he's a monster. Another game, you couldn't tell if he was on the field. I think him building consistency is going to be huge for this team, this unit, this season. And again, he was a disruptive force. But in my mind, he wasn't the first or second best player. Mikael Kamara, just 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 4 total tackles, and probably a quarter and a half of play. Just in what we thought Kamara would be coming into this season. I was really it was a man amongst boys when he was in the plays that he was in.
Yeah. Trying to think who else I could go with here. I mean, we could give, obviously there's Elijah Hardy, who had the pick 6 late in the game. And that was a funny radio call. So when we leave, we threw on the radio and listening to Don and Buck is just out of his mind at this point. I mean, I think it's 49-3 or 56-3 or whatever by the time we get to the car. And he's just trying to figure out different things that can happen that he can fill up his stat sheet. And he kept asking, he's like, we need a defensive touchdown. We need a defensive touchdown. And as soon as he said that, Elijah Hardy got the pick 6. And he had really a heck of a game. He had a forced fumble as well. From the defensive end / I guess stand-up linebacker position, or stand-up defensive end linebacker, outside linebacker position. Again, does it translate moving forward? Probably not, right? But good to get these freshmen some good playing time, and what an experience to come in your first game on the field and have a stat line like 2 tackles, 1 pick, 1 touchdown, and a forced fumble.
Yeah, just amazing stuff. Like Sig said at the end of the game, I think his post-game press conference was huge. He was just like, got a lot of guys playing time. You cannot simulate playing time, especially when you haven't played a single snap of college football.
Yeah.
Invaluable.
It's so funny because you can go through the stat sheet, look at the box score, and you're not even going to see CJ West's name on here for a tackle. Didn't make an impact on it with a tackle. You got Aiden Fisher, who's a tackle machine. He had 3 solo tackles, right? Nobody really individually pops out, maybe outside of Hardy's stat line. But man, it was good to see all these players you hear about. Tell me you forgot about Tyreek Tucker on the inside, right? I mean, we saw him a little bit at FIU, but Tyreek Tucker, the JMU transfer, comes in. He's got 1.5 sacks on 2 tackles from the defensive tackle position. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun seeing the players fly around. This is a massive confidence booster, and just insane. Before we move on, because I don't think we've talked enough really about individual parts of the game, what was your favorite play of the game? We haven't really done this, but what was your favorite play of the game?
Oh, I mean, it was Sarah up the seam. I mean, again, it was just a slight little movement of the shoulder and just shook, and then it was right on a street. Like it was a play that I think can be replicated regardless of opponent. Right? I think that play they're gonna go to that well all the time. You know what it reminded me of, since I'm watching the game right now? Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford. They do the same thing. They run Cooper Kupp right out of the slot, right up the middle. Right. It's I won't call it an easy concept, because certainly you can break it off multiple different ways. But that's the play that I just want to see so much more of. And it gets me really excited, because when it's ran right, again, it's borderline unstoppable.
Yeah. I mean, the wide receivers are ridiculous, right? I mean, Miles Price he got so much run on Friday as well. I mean, Omar Cooper's playing deep into the third quarter. Or into the fourth quarter. His touchdown was in the fourth quarter. My favorite, though, man, I'm going to go with one that's going to sound a little silly, but it was just because he just kind of kicked a dude off of him at the end, which was great. And that's Elijah Green's 11-yard touchdown run.
Ooh, I thought you were going to go with Charlie Becker's.
Oh, Charlie Becker's was good. I love seeing Charlie Becker out there. Big Chuck out of Tennessee. But no, Elijah, it was so cool to see, because he was stopped. I think he had 1 or 2 people on him. He had one dude like roped around his leg, and he just shook him off. He just literally like shook him off of his leg. And it had a couple dudes around him from Western Illinois literally just throwing their hands in the air and just being like, what else are we supposed to do with these dudes? It was pretty cool to see that one, because I was like, oh, we're not going to get – oh, never mind. There he goes, touchdown. And shout out to Nick Radicic, too, 11 of 11.
11 of 11. That's a lot of work.
Extra points. He's got it. I bet you he's towards the lead in the country in extra points, or
got to be.
Whatever that is. Probably not overall point total, but extra points and extra point
he's got 14 extra points already. That's crazy. There
we go. All right. Yeah, man, we are flying through this like IU flew through Western Illinois. Let's get to the promo time. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest in a home right here in the Hoosier State, Garrett Lawton from True Blood Real Estate is the agent you need. He's not just a real estate agent. He's my friend and a Hoosier, just like you guys. Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis, which is awesome to get there and back on the new 69, by the way. Giggity. And everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call or text at 317-410-8851, or visit his website at Lawton Realty. That's LAWTON-realty.com. All right, let's revisit predictions. You didn't get to share your victory lap with your week 1 win on the score prediction, and now we're here to celebrate me, Brandon. Seth had a prediction, a soft prediction, just like Seth is. I think he still thinks we're still in the CTA area, or CTA era. 45-9 is what Seth thought we would be. Brandon thought we'd shut him out 51-0. Probably should have. I said 63-7, and I was silly for thinking that they were even going to score a touchdown. I'll take the victory on that one.
Yeah.
I guess I was technically the closest, but
Yep.
Yeah, man. So do we have randos today, or are we just we're just flying, right?
No randos. I do have some, I guess, sack points that I wanted to bring up that I really liked. Again, a lot of young guys, yet we only had 2 penalties. Penalties, if I was on the recap show, was an issue against FIU. So to totally clean that up was huge. And then also to win the turnover battle, right? Again, when you're up that big, you can probably get a little sloppy. But there was no slop at all, whether penalties or turnovers.
0 punts as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was just I don't want to say business as usual, but I think what SIG wants is penalty free, turnovers free. And if you win penalties and if you win turnovers, you're going to win a lot of games regardless of opponent. So those are 2 things that I loved that I think can carry over for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of our turnover ratio right now. We had 2 in this one, or 3 in this one. We had 3 in this one.
Here, I'll pull it up.
And then we had 1 in the FIU game. So we should be +4 through 2 games.
Which also has got to be up there in the country.
Yeah. I'm sure that, some people, I feel like Clemson, whatever they did to Appalachian State, because I took App State plus 16.5. There were probably some turnovers, quite a few in that one, because that one got ugly quick. But it's hard to get everybody we want to talk about into this pod, I guess, for this, because we didn't even talk about Alberto Mendoza getting on the field and playing. Tyler Cherry came on for 1 or 2 plays, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't think
Not
so.
in the stat sheet. I thought that they, at least on the radio, I thought I had heard something about them saying that he came out on the field. Doesn't matter, right? Totally irrelevant, but just trying to figure out some other ways that we can extend this podcast just by about a minute. Let's see. Other than that, let's go and revisit my predictions real quick from this weekend, because some of them were silly, and I'd like to probably talk about a couple of them with Brandon.
Yeah, let's talk Big Ten football.
Yeah. So Friday night, along with us, we had Duke at Northwestern, and Northwestern was 2.5-point favorite. I think it dropped to 1.5 before the game. Know nothing about Duke. Saw Northwestern be very inconsistent. Brandon, tell me,
they have Mario
why
Cristobal,
Northwestern lost this game. Why did Northwestern lose this game? And then maybe reference your chart again.
Mike Wright. They lost because of Mike Wright.
Mike wrong.
Yes.
I had Northwestern in that one, so that one hurt a little bit. But needless to say, the Big Ten parlay was over shortly after the end of our game. Texas ran all over Michigan. Texas looks elite. Michigan looks middle of the road. And when I say middle of the road,
they don't have a quarterback.
Middle of the road Big Ten. Yeah. That's an issue for them. I thought that they started who did they start last week? Was it the same dude?
Warren? Yeah, I honestly don't know if that Warren guy played the week before. I can look it up. I
think in our preview of Michigan, we just kind of breezed past him. It was like, this guy's kind of old, whatever.
Never even really considered him. No. So Warren played the entire game and didn't play well. 15-25 with a 34 QBR. So that
was against Texas or the first game?
Fresno State.
Jeez. Yeah, they got to make a change, man. They got to have to.
They got to go to Orgy
or Tuttle. I also had Penn State covering the 34.5 against Bowling Green. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Bowling Green made that one heck of a game. Rutgers covered against Akron. Akron's bad. Rutgers is okay. The Iowa game lived up to as it always
job,
does.
Dude. What
a absolute choke job. Exactly. McCarthy on your chart again. Terrible. Bottom left-hand corner. Maryland, Michigan State, Brandon. This is the one I wanted to talk about because I'm sure you watched it. What was this?
Another. We rip Loxley all the time. It was coaching malpractice, really. And Jonathan Allen might be okay. He might be better than what we thought. But these were 2 stinky teams.
Okay.
Neither one.
I was going to ask you: is either team good?
No.
Okay. Eastern Michigan at
again,
Washington.
bad quarterback play. Again, I mean,
Yeah.
Chillis had 3 picks. He had some nice throws. He might be able to heave the ball quite far. But his accuracy certainly lacks.
How do you have 3 picks and you don't win that game?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just Mike
Loxley. Just Loxley. Yeah.
Eastern Michigan traveled across the country to go play at Washington, and they covered. I thought Washington would win this one pretty easy. They did, 30-9, but they were favored by 24.5.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas, what are you doing?
I mean, their quarterback just had a meltdown. I mean,
yeah, tons of turnovers too, right?
Yep.
They lose at Illinois. I had them covering easy. Colorado stinks. Colorado's so bad, like laughably bad.
Yeah, that was probably the easiest bet all year. That was probably the easiest bet all week.
What do we do? Dude, they're going to destroy Colorado State Saturday. I think they play. I saw that today when I was watching NFL games that they were prepping that one. Do we know if Nebraska's good? Probably not, right?
No.
Okay. Western Michigan,
though. They might be.
They might be. Raiola's he's very decent so far. The Western Michigan Broncos at the Buckeyes. That was a piece of cake. It kind of started a little rough for Ohio State, I think, and then if they got into the game, won that one pretty easy. Oh, I had this one called again, man. Oregon looks rough right now.
Yep.
Squeaked out a win over Boise State.
How'd you like the jerseys on the field, though? Holy cow,
they
both
great.
were amazing.
Oh,
like both
man.
Helmets, top tier helmets. It was. I was watching that game and I was just like, Bragg is just having a wonderful time watching this. Right now.
I at one point had owned a Boise State hoodie. So at one point I have considered myself like a second tier fan of both of those teams. So yeah, that's a good uniform combination. And then I don't know what USC did. I'm assuming they blew the crap out of Utah
Did not
State.
watch a single second.
Okay.
I was locked into Oregon, Boise State. As soon as that was over, I was night-night.
As soon as I got home, I was night-night. Like, let's just say that. Oh, wait, no, that was Friday. Saturday. This was yesterday.
Yeah.
What did I do? Same thing. We went to some balloon festival at Conner Prairie or something. And not balloons, but like hot air balloons. It was stupid. But it's for the kids. Yes. So that's it, man. We've extended this, I think, as far as we can. 26 minutes and counting, 27 now. Without counting the intro. So maybe we'll get to 30 minutes if I keep jabbering around.
Tick.
There are no final statements. I think we've talked about it. I mean, if you want to say something, you can. I think everybody played great that played it. I don't remember seeing anybody that played bad. Hopefully James Bomba's okay. I don't know if there's been any injury news released on him or not. Brandon would know that, I think. So I know he got a little knocked up. That's it. That's all I got, man. Are you got anything else?
Let's gear up for a really fun week. I mean, obviously we'll have the preview pod, but man, let's keep the train moving.
Yeah. I gotta crank it back up here. Hopefully tomorrow. I might go back and rewatch this game after we finish this. I've got nothing else to do. And I don't really care about Rams Lions, but yeah, let's go. Let's get out of here. Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Happy Hour IUFB. Be sure to download, rate, review, and follow on all of our platforms. You guys have not rated us for a few months. Just go do it. 5 stars. Tell us how good we are or bad we are. Just give us 5 stars. Join us again for our next episode as we preview the first trip back to the Rose Bowl, but it's not the Rose Bowl. You get it? You know what I mean?
Get it. We're playing there, but we're not playing there.
Side note, real quick, and we're going to get to 30 minutes now. My brother-in-law, who is I think he's the VP of sport graphics, he promised me years ago over a bunch of beers that if IU ever made it to a Rose Bowl, because I'm sure I was running my mouth, that he would buy me tickets and send me out there. I tried to pull this one over on him. It didn't work. He said if we went to the actual Rose Bowl.
You have to try.
I did. It didn't work. All right. That's enough about me.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers. Go Hoosiers.
Peace.